Welcome back to the Fall Major Tournament Expert Division opening round, hole number 6, option number 2. This is ascended option using a spirit ball. This shot is set up for APOC 7 plus. That doesn't mean you can't play it with an APOC 6. You might have a hard time playing it with an APOC 5. I don't have one to test it, but I'll show you what I got. It's tested with an APOC 7. So if you have an APOC 6, you have a little bit less topspin. Um, you may end up a little bit short. You should still be okay. Even if you come up short on this one, you can use topspin on the thorn shot to still drop the albatross, even if uh, you're not exactly in the range. So I would imagine APOC 6 here would be good. I'm not so sure about APOC 5. Either way, what we're doing is this is a no move target, or not a no move target, but a no adjustment shot. So we're setting up over here on the right hand side at P3 max rest with spin added. So here's the deal with the spin. It's basically 12.5 mile per hour or below. You're going to use 8 topspin with 5 topspin boost, right? That's 12.5 mile per hour or lower. If every mile an hour that you have over 12.5, you need to reduce the topspin by 1 bar. So if you have a 13.5 mile per hour wind, then you only play it with 8 topspin and 4 bars of boost. I'm going to show you the standard kind of set of wind angles that I've been getting to use that this curl has been good for. Um, Basically anything from here where I'm at over to the other side. This tree is kind of what I'm looking at. This big tall tree right in the middle. Kind of, you can go a little bit left of it, a little bit right of it. It's been fine anywhere in this area. You might even be able to get away with here and here range and use the same curl. But if you get some kind of crazy wind and you are over in this area, then you're going to need to add a little bit more curl than what I'm going to use here. And if you get, a crossing tailwind in the other direction where you're on this side of the line, then you'll need to reduce your curl a little bit because it's going to be pushing you more towards the hole. So anything in this general area in the middle, you'll use this curl. Anything far to the right, use a little bit more curl. Anything to the left, you'll use a little bit less curl. Right? And by a little bit, I mean 3 to 4 clicks less curl, not much. So don't get crazy with this one. This is pretty good in almost every wind angle. I haven't seen any wind angles that required me to make any adjustments yet. And the one that I did, uh, see that I thought was more crosswind to the right, I took off some curl and I ended up taking off too much. I mean, I added curl and I added too much. So, you know, go easy with it. A few clicks more or less if you get one of those crazy angles that uh, I rarely saw. The only other thing to note, so what we're doing is at the top of the plus 16, which is basically P3 max rest. You want your ball guide with spin added to to mimic what you see here. About this distance off of the rough. On the other side, another reference point is my blue ring is touching the rough line down here. That's with APOC 7, right? So if you have an APOC 5 and 6, uh, your blue ring will be crossing a little bit further out, and then if you have APOC 8, it'll be your clear ring will be your blue ring will be off of the rough by about a third. It's a little hard to tell with the ring reference, which is why basically I'm just looking at the tip of the ball guide and kind of referencing this, but this is the ball guide is mostly what I'm looking at. So when you push your drive all the way out to max, sometimes it gets stuck down here in the water and it gives you or like it bounces back too far and it gives you a really high arcing ball guide, and it over here to the left. If you catch that ball guide, all you have to do is pull back just a touch on your target, and you'll see the ball guide flatten out and look like it does here. You'll still be at the plus 16. It's just a little kind of glitchy spot right there. Beyond that, there's no adjustment here. The only thing you're going to do is tweak the amount of boost you use if you have higher winds, okay? So we're curling, left curl, full overpower. Center line is touching the inside of the shot circle. Do your best to hit perfect. Minor greats have been okay, but if you happen to hit a bad great left or a bad great right, you're probably going to end up in the rough. If you go right, no problem. You should still have a clear line at the trees. At the hole. If you go left, you could get blocked out by a tree, but I did get caught in that situation, and I was able to go around the tree with my rough iron and shoot at the hole without much issue. All right, so you should still be able to get there. Might have to play around with it a little bit, but you can definitely reach for the easy eagle and still have an opportunity at albatross, even if you screw up the drive, as long as it's not too bad. Just remember, it's a send it full overpower shot. There is some risk involved with this, so play at your own risk. The approach shot, thorn shot, you should be close to min if everything works out well for you. You'll count rings for min. We use one backspin only. P3 plus 15% at slider. We're going to count rings up for min. We're going to have the ball guide with spin added, half a square short and aimed center cup. For every ring you count for min, it's 1% slider. So if you count up 8 rings, play this P3 plus 15 at 8 slider. Pull it straight, hit perfect, and you should be walking away from hole number 6 with the albatross. By the way, if you see that coming in on the right-hand side there, I was just testing lower winds to see if they needed less adjustment. So I did 0.1 less, and it came in right side, so it didn't need it. So it doesn't matter what wind you have. I've dropped it all the way. That was 11.1, which is a baby wind, and I've dropped it all the way at 13.5 or 13.8, and they all play the same. So P3 plus 15, as long as you're offset the same, you pull straight, you should be getting it. Good luck. I hope you get the drop. We'll catch you on the next one.